I want to say thank you for 200 subscribers. That's really cool, man. Thank you. Also, today I've got a special unboxing video that I'm going to do for y'all. Um, this is probably, you're going to guess what this is. It's another early model 17-inch hard nose bar and chain for the Poulan 245 306A. I'm glad I found this because a few months ago I had did a restoration for somebody, and I figured the guy didn't have the proper bar for the saw, and I had one of these, and I figured I'll do him a solid, and I'll just put it on the saw for him free of charge, and I gave him a 17-inch hard nose bar and chain, and of course the way that USPS handles their packages, a lot of the times, the bar blew out of the side of the box, and I lost out on a bar, and also the customer didn't get to get his bar. I mean, he didn't pay for it, but still, it's he needed it, and it was a loss to me. So I've had a saw that I needed this for since April, and I'm glad I got it. Shout out to Brandon Stevens and the Poulan group on Facebook for selling this to me. And there's also something cool that comes with it. I'll have to show you. And I've seen quite a few of them. Some people out there have these, but this is the first one of these that I've ever owned. And I'll show you what I'm talking about here in a second. Packaged really well. It was a little late getting here. Good old USPS, especially if it's coming from the East Coast down here to Nashville. It's going to take every bit of a week and a half, almost 2 weeks to get here. Here we go. Wow, check that out. Very cool. So there you have it. 17-inch hard nose Poulan bar, and it's got this is off of an early model, and the reason you can tell that is because it's got the serial number going this way. So I'm glad I've got this. That's not the original chain. I know what this is, a low profile chain that fits. It's actually an 18-inch chain, but that'll do, for now. Otherwise, you've got to get the chain custom made for these bars because they're 61 drive links, not 60. They're not 16-inch. Yes, this is the same exact bar that is on the saw in the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre film from 1974. Same exact bar, same size and everything. This came with it, and I'm super happy about it because I've never owned one of these. This is a super early scabbard cover. It's like a farm yellow green color, and you can see the little Poulan logo here, and it says Poulan. So that's super cool. I've seen a few people with these. I've never owned one though, so I've got a saw that I'll slide it on, and we'll see how it looks here. It's a super mint condition early 245A. Farm yellow. Let's throw this sucker on there. See how she looks. Now that's pretty cool, huh? That is pretty damn cool. I'm glad I got one of these. Hell yeah. Pretty dang sick. Man. And oh shit. Clean it up a little bit. And that's really cool. Thank you so much, man. I'm really happy I got this. You know, these bars right here, see, as you can see, it's the same exact bar. Here, I'll show you what I mean by the chain. See, I don't know if you can make that out on camera or not, but the chain, the links are just a little bit smaller. You know, but they definitely, this works, you know, this will do the job. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. I'll keep this one displayed like this, you know. This is I keep this saw super clean and nice because this is like the cleanest version of a 245A that I own. Try to get the ID tag. Yep. Original decal, completely intact. And then, yeah, so I mean, that's what the saw in the movie would have looked like brand new. And it had one of these on it, you know. Super cool. And then I've still got my Leatherface replica. I'll show you guys. Basically, it's the same exact saw. It's just, you know, a little more weathered up. As you can see, you know, it's still got the stencil marks on it. This is exactly how it appears in the film when you watch the original movie. Just like this. Other early 245A. Again, this is the same bar. So, but I have a saw that this is going to go on since I lost that one. So, excited for that. If you guys are looking for these, though, I've made several videos discussing on, you know, places to find them. Because a lot of the times when you find a 245 or a 306A, they have like a replacement bar on them, you know, which isn't totally uncommon, I guess. But people who want to get a saw that looks like this and make it look as close to the movie as possible, they want this bar, and they're very hard to find. Now, I've been very fortunate because I've dedicated many hours to searching for them and hunting them down and whatnot. And one of the best ways to find them, to be honest with you, quite a few of these bars that I have came off of early 361s, Poulan 361s. And actually, that's where this one came from. This came off of a Poulan 361. This is what came on all of the 200 series saws. So the 201, the 202, the 203, and then the 221, the 222, and the 223, along with the 245A, 306A, and I'm leaving one out. There's quite a few of them. But anyway, yeah, they were definitely on there too. So if you find an early 361 on Facebook Marketplace, don't scroll past it so quickly. You know, stop and look at it. And a lot of the times the 361s aren't going for a ton of money. So the guy who sold this to me, he was asking $150 for the entire saw. And I told him, hey man, I'll give you more than half of what you're asking for that saw just for the bar and chain. And he threw the scabbard in as a bonus there, you know, as extra. So that's a really good way to find them. And sometimes you do get lucky though, and you will find an early you'll find a 245 or 306A with these bars on them. If you do, great. You know, I've gotten a few of them like that, but you know, 361s, man, don't pass them by. There is one on Facebook Marketplace. I believe it's in Louisville, Kentucky. and it has one of these bars on there. And I think the guy's asking about the same price as the guy I got this from. So uh, if anybody's looking for one and you're interested, reach out to him. I know I referred somebody else to him, and he said that the guy hasn't replied yet. So, I mean, I don't know, but I'm always hunting them down. These saws did also come with other size bars as well. Um, Despite what people say about the movie saw, that it was a 16-inch bar and chain, they didn't first come with 16-inch bars, y'all. The 16-inch bars that they sold on these were actually roller tip bars, and they did sometimes come with roller tips. It was they came with 16-inch roller tips, 17-inch hard tips, um, and 20-inch and 21-inch by the time, like by around 75. So some of the bars that you find on them are original. People think that if it doesn't have this bar on it, then it's not the original bar. That's not always the case. I know that a lot of the 245 SAs, the super automatics that came out in the mid 70s, early mid 70s, those actually came stock on those saws, and they look pretty mean. And the Dayton saws, the orange versions of the 245 SA that you find, they always came with the 20 to 21-inch roller tip bar, and they're really, really cool, man. They're a really mean looking saw. So, but yeah, I'd like to share that information with you, even though I know I've shared some of that info before on other videos and maybe even other live streams. But every time I do these live streams, we get new viewers who've never seen this channel before. And, I want to make sure everybody gets to get their hands on what they're looking for. I've been very fortunate, man. I've got quite a few of these. I mean, every saw that I own in my personal collection has one of these on them. And if I can, I usually sell the saws that I sell, the restorations. They usually get one of these also. If I can do it, I make sure. Sometimes I sell it just the power head. Sometimes I sell it with the bar and chain. I actually just sold one last night that had one of these bars on it. I'll show it to you real quick. It's a later model. There you go, right here. So, for those of you who don't know, who've never seen this before, these bars are actually, this is the exact same bar as the one here. They're the same size and everything. Obviously, the only difference is the stencil. It's just got a different stencil design. That's it. But it's the same bar, same size, same chain. So if you find these later model bars with that stenciling on it, and you want the early logo, all you have to do is just sand that off, and you can buy this stencil here. You can buy this stencil at Sugar Creek Supply. You just Google it, and you can put one on there, and it'll match that perfectly. Yeah, it's a great little hobby, and I hope all of you TCM fans out there enjoy this stuff, because there is limited information about the saw on the internet. It's a lot of speculation and a lot of misconceptions and myths and all kinds of stuff. So I'm trying to put as much information about this saw as possible in one place for people. So you go on this YouTube channel and you scroll and you listen to the videos, you're going to find as much information as you possibly can about the saw used in the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre. And this is my baby right here. I've cleaned this thing up, and I've been taking really good care of this. I've done a lot to preserve it without jeopardizing any of its patina. I've sealed it up in quite a few places, because this is like one of the cleanest farm yellow saws that I've ever seen, and I'm very, very happy to own it. Very lucky. And it looks really cool with that scabbard on there. I don't know what y'all think, but this thing's pretty neat. I dig that a lot. But thank y'all for watching.